The Last Alliance Total War! Hello Daydreamers, Dario back with another Total War video, and today we're gonna be playing this mod for Shogun 2 Total War that is being developed by Sarah Temer, and you can see here is the Remnants of Dor Daedaloth. This is the Alpha 0.4.1, and if you are wondering, if you haven't played this, the mod is available to download and play a campaign. Is open to public, and you can download it from ModDB, and in the video description you can check, the link is there. Also the links to the mod Discord server, and also for Sarah Temer's Patreon, if you want to, you're willing and able to support her with her work. Anyway, here you can see, I have to please note that to play this mod you must own the Shogun 2 Total War base game. If you only have the standalone Fall of the Samurai, this mod will not run for you. You must have the Shogun 2. If you have the whole package, even better, doesn't matter, but you need the base game Shogun 2 to be able to play it. Now, the state of the mod right now, we have the Akalabeth campaign, which is still being developed, but you can make a full playthrough with it, no problem. We're gonna jump right into it, and if you have checked the title, you know that we're gonna be playing as Mordor. We are gonna be the dark side of in this campaign. I always play as the good guys, you know. I try to be the Jedi of you know, the light versus the darkness and all that, but not this time. We are gonna play as the bad guys. Depends on how you look at it, right? But anyway, before anything, I want to show you, we are going on everything ultra 1600p that will scale down to 1440. 2K is what YouTube allowed me to press. It's 2K or 4K. I don't have 4K, so this is what we have. Now, I'm playing with another couple mods that for higher the font size a little bigger, and also for the zoom, the buttons that you can zoom out a little bit more. And those two mods, I should leave a link in the description as well, is on the Steam Workshop actually. But the base mod, the Last Alliance, you won't be able on it won't be able on the Steam Workshop. You have to get it from ModDB. Anyway, Sarah Temer recommends that you play with the size of the unit size Ultra, and that's what we are doing. I have everything on Ultra. And the sound was off for the start, but listen to this, guys. How about that? It doesn't get you in the mood of Lord of the Rings. This is Lord of the Rings Second Age themed total overhaul mod, and we're gonna see right now. New campaign, Akalabeth, and look at all the factions that are available to play right now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23 factions right now, and the whole map is not completed. Sarah Temer is working on that, but they are already, there's only a long campaign or domination campaign. The long campaign for everybody is the same. You need to capture and hold 80 provinces, so there's a ton of provinces already in the game. The game difficulty, Sarah Temer also recommends hard, and that's what we are going to be playing. And we're going to be playing as Mordor for two reasons. One, I already mentioned that I always play as the good guys, and not this time. And the other one is because the initial challenge is actually easy, and that will help me to get acquainted with the mod, because I haven't played much. I have tried. I always try to get a little bit of knowledge before jumping in to a new mod, and I've played, I started the game twice, and I haven't gone past the turn number 4. I wanted to test the buildings, etc., the units, and have a couple battles to see how it went. We have more options here. So CPU moves, that's no time limit, that's okay. I don't want that. And non-advice on help. I'm gonna have to turn down the music. I wanted to let you listen to that. I'm gonna put it down. Most probably it's gonna be copyrighted, which is fine for me. I'm not monetizing anyway. And here we go. Mordor. Now, one thing that I should say, this mod is actually the Akalabeth campaign. What Sarah Temer, for what I read, was trying to focus mostly on Numenor. Now, Numenor, you know, you have the Kingdom of Numenor and the Empire of Numenor, and the campaign is based on the civil war in there. Now, I haven't seen many playthroughs, which is a series on YouTube, but most that you can find, well, there's a ton of battles and all that for sure, but let's plays and full series, not many, and the ones that you can find are based on this civil war, which makes sense because it's what the focus of this initial campaign is for. So I decided to go the other way around. So we're gonna be the bad guys, and we have 10 provinces. You know, these guys here, they have 15, they have 13. There are some of them that only have one, but mostly they have quite large kingdoms or possessions to manage. Now, Mordor, we have 10, which is quite big. And let's see, because the first turn for me is the most important in any Total War game. So welcome to the campaign map, gentlemen. And here we are. We are in Mordor. Now we have 10 provinces that we have to check. And the first thing, you know, as always, I love that the new Total War games you can actually do this, because I play a lot Napoleon Total War and Empire, and my goodness, I wish I could do this to circle around in the map, you know, not the rigid thing that we have in there. But anyway, checking the first thing, normally what I do in turn 1 is see what are my enemies, from where we can be attacked, and in this case that we have multiple regions to check. I will give you a few tips that will help you to manage and not go okay, I just gonna recruit things all over the place and build the buildings all over the place as well. I think it's a very good investment to take your time. And episode 1, I've been in some mods, I can honestly tell you I spent a whole afternoon to pass turn 1. For example, the Morning Sun mod, also for Shogun 2, that developed by Uanime5. It includes China and Korea. I started a playthrough there with the Ming Dynasty, and you start with 60 provinces. Guys, 60 provinces that you have to see how to develop. Is really time consuming. But anyway, so you can see here we are in a valley and we are surrounded by mountains. And if you look at the roads, you can see that all around this area you cannot be attacked. There are no roads coming in from this part. So this is a way in for the enemy. This is a way in for the enemy, and that's it. There's no other roads coming in into our kingdom. They could come from this area, but at this moment, at this point of development, there's nothing to the east. So we have no enemies coming in here. So we can move all our armies towards the east, and controlling these 2 points of entry. Everything else, we don't need any armies or generals unless, you know, for public order, etc. and all that. But this already tell us, and actually we see here that we are at war with these guys, which is very convenient, so we can start expanding towards the east. Now, how do you manage the development? Now, one thing that is very useful that I don't think many people use it is this tab. And here, the provinces tab, in one quick look, you see if there's any region that is unhappy, and you can see that now everybody is happy here. You can see here the food production. So there are some regions that produce a ton of it, and there are some regions that are losing a lot, like Moranon, minus 16. We have minus 16 for Barad-dur, plus 23 for these other two. Now, what I always do is like this, and you can see which one is the richest and which one is the poorest. You can see that the richest is actually the one is consuming the most of the food, and it's probably is the capital, Barad-dûr, as it is, and the buildings that we have in here is consuming a ton of food by themselves. Now, to have an idea of what is our faction good for, etc. So the clan traits for Mordor, we have the Call of Mordor plus 20% to replenishment rates, which is very good. Fueling the war industry plus 10% to wealth from gold and iron mines. So we know that this is the thing that we have to focus the most, because it's going to give us the most bang for our buck. Gold and iron mines. Now, power of the One Ring plus 5 to repression across all provinces, and pillaging plus 10% to income from looting. So when we get we capture a new region, we are going to loot it, and we're going to get as much income from it, and we have a plus 5 repression helping us to appease the public order quite fast. So let's see, we go to Barad-dûr, and from the buildings that they have a gold mine. You can see here that the first line says 1100 to wealth from mines in this province. If we upgraded it, it goes up to 1650, which is quite a lot. Now, the iron mine, for example, goes from 900 to 1300, which is still pretty good, but this is much more. We're gonna go for that, and it's gonna take 10 turns. So the sooner the better, that you get your economy kicking as soon as possible. Now, the second one is Felatia. Felatia, they also have a gold mine, and it goes from 1100 to 1650, the same. And the iron mine actually doesn't make as much as in our capital. So we are gonna go for the gold mine right away. It's gonna take forever. It's 10 tons, I think, right? Or 12 tons. I think it's 12. I can't see it very clear, but I think it's 12. So again, the sooner the better. It's faster in here for some reason. Yeah, I think it's 10 in there. Some other buildings increase the speed of building, so we're gonna do that. We're already spending quite a lot, and you can continue. We have Ghost, we have iron mine, iron veins, so there's no gold in there. Noon Rust, we don't have a mine. We do have some supplies like timber, for example, but for now what we are doing is looking for gold. We have silver in here, but it only increases from 400 to 800, even though it's giving us a ton of silver to trade. Now it makes me curious, and let's see the finance. Let's see what we have. Now, at the resources, this is what we are producing, and we are producing furs, iron, timber, silver, fish, and marble. And looking at the prices, they are pretty low. We have jade, for example, that the unit is 100, which is pretty high. 150 for mithril, that this is for the dwarves, right? And then we have 100 for mumakil. So our products actually don't give us a damn thing. Now, what do we have to focus in here would be silver, actually, and then iron and timber. Iron is good because it gives us also extra income. We have a 10% extra income for the mines. I don't know if they actually give you... Yes, from 10 tons to 15 tons. So not only we get more money, but we also get more goods to export. Now the thing is that nobody is trading with us, and the 2 tries that I did with this mod, the first one I actually managed both on hard difficulty. Yeah? I was trading almost right off the bat. However, my second try that I did just to check, I was looking more closely at the buildings, where they were placed, etc. And there was no way I couldn't trade with anybody. Normally what I do is spend as much money as possible, and once I spend it all, I start asking for trades, because in many cases, if you have 15,000 gold or whatever treasury, some clans, some factions are gonna ask you for money, and they're gonna ask you for 10,000, 6,000 or whatever. So I usually spend it first and then ask for the trade. So we have to have taken in consideration that we were at Sermos. No, we were at the next one, Argaroth. Here we had the silver. Okay, so this is a possibility as well. We could upgrade this to get more silver to trade, but right now we have nobody to trade with, so it's not as important. Argaroth. And then the next ones, you can see that here is when we start with the... actually, Numros also has plus 23 food supply. So this region is gonna be our food maker. It's the one that we have to focus on it. Right now, we have plus 11, and with what we are building, we're going down to plus 7. So we are losing 4 just upgrading the mines. So we're gonna have to take into consideration this. However, there's one building, there is this one, the Numenorian Estate, that not only helps you with repression, it gives you food as well, and you can recruit the Black Numenorian Axemen. And increases plus 2 to unit cap of Black Numenorian units. Now I'm mixing a little bit this, but I want to show you because the let me go back to the capital. If you look at the army, we have already here Black Numenorian warriors. Now these guys, as you can see, are archers, and they are extremely good. They are very expensive, 400 upkeep. However, they have melee attack 16, defense 18, armor 15, but look at the range, 250, reload skill 50, accuracy 65. Now, if you compare this with normal archers, let me see, normal archers with bonuses. We have archers here. Let me see, we have archers here. Here they are. Most base archers that we have. Upkeep cost is only 80, but they are terrible. Morale 7, melee attack 4, melee defense 3, almost no armor, and the range is 150. Now the garrison in for every faction, I think it will be for every faction, but I had 2 battles. I have one battle video, a cinematic that you can watch as well. That was Tirith Nindor, was here. The garrison, they have the same as these guys, the range of 150. Now you come with these guys with a range of 250, and you can just decimate those guys, and then you can walk in much easier on a siege battle, right? And they are pretty good in melee as well. So what I'm thinking about the army is that I'm gonna try to get as many of these as possible and combine them with maybe some riders that are decent in melee, and after we have decimated their archers, we can walk in with these guys first, and then I take the better infantry units afterwards to clean up. No, because if you lose some of these, they are quite cheap to gather, and I think it would be a good tactic to at least start our conquest. So this is how I usually try to, I try to spend the money on the one regions that will give you the most income in or faster return, you could say. I'm not gonna start developing the economy in Moranon, because it's gonna take forever for Moranon to give me any income in tax. It's gonna be very, very low. So, and since this region is close to our border, what I prefer is to make a recruitment center in here, and highly defensive, and we're gonna be developing the economy wherever we're gonna get the most. You see here we're already getting 639, and we are developing the gold mine. It's gonna take quite a few turns, but in the end it's gonna be much it's gonna give us the better growth from there. Once we finish developing this, then you go for the next, and then you go for the next, and then for the next, etc. Another way to look at it is also the other provinces. So as we expand and we encounter new factions and regions, this will be updated. Now if you look here, from the other provinces that are not ours, the one that is the richest is Barat Muil. Barat Muil, that is actually the orcs of Emil Muil, and they are our allies. They are here, we are allied. So we are not going to attack that. The only thing is that we are not trading with them, because these guys are in the middle. So double reason to take them out. That we're going to focus on them. But then if you look, the next one, this is the next one, is quite far, so we don't need to focus on them right now, because we can't get it there anyway. The next one, I think this is the capital of the men of Arnen, and we are at war with them. So we want this as soon as possible. The next one also belongs to them, and that one is too far away. So you see that two of the most rich ones already belong to our enemy. So that's what our focus is gonna be, to develop the expansion. Right now that we already spent a few coins before developing more buildings, we have to think, what are we gonna do about the units then? As I mentioned, looking at what we can recruit on each region and the position that we are. Now in Moranon, I already have looked at it. We have a special unit that we can recruit, that is the archers of Moranon, and actually this one, the pikemen of Moranon. They are quite good. And where are the archers? Where are the archers? Where are the archers? Orc archers of Moranon. Here they are. You can see that they have the melee attack and defense. They are not as good as the Numeronian, but they're still pretty good compared with the standard. Now they are expensive, 250. However, they have a range of 180. This means that they outrange all the garrison archers, and that already gives you an advantage, unless in the enemy army also have special units with more range. But if you attack a settlement that only has the garrison, you outrange them and you can shoot at them freely without taking any losses, and then you send in the infantry, right? So these are pretty good to have. So in this region, what I would like to build is we already have the archery. That is what is giving us the chance to recruit this special unit, the archers of Moranon. Oh, we can compare them actually with the normal archers. Okay, the orc archers, you can see here, melee attack 9, melee defense 9, 10 and 11 is already more. Armor 12, armor 9, the range 150, the range 180, reloading skill 50, 47, not that much, accuracy 37, accuracy 50, that's a lot more, ammunition 45, ammunition 30. So not even they have better accuracy, more range, and they have much more ammunition. So to me it's worth it to spend on these guys. They are more expensive and much more upkeep, but it gives you a lot more bang for your buck. But anyway, so I want to build in here a bowmaker. The bowmaker gives you +3 to accuracy for all units recruited in this province. Now the infantry is going to be 1% more expensive, and you can upgrade this later on, and it's going to give you more accuracy, and the infantry is going to suffer in price. But we want to focus here on the archers. So I'm going to build that right off the bat. Now there was something here also, archery, infantry barracks, slave markets, garrison. Okay. So that's what we want. And we want the roads. So I didn't spend in any more buildings because we want the roads. We want the roads in here. You see the capital. I'm thinking that we can recruit infantry in the capital, for example. They already have level 3 roads, which is movement speed increased by 50%. Now the other regions, they are level 2 and it's only 30%. Level 2, 30%. So we would like to upgrade this because we're gonna be expanding and it's gonna take longer to send units the units there. Another thing that I would like to build is this, the Numeronian state. For one thing, it gives us more food, and also we can start recruiting the Numeronian Axemen. Axemen, actually, I don't think I'm gonna recruit, but I would like to upgrade this, and then we can get the archers as well, and we can recruit them in here instead of in here, because it will be faster. I will upgrade this eventually to every region, or more, or as much regions as possible, so we increase the cap of the units that we can have of this elite unit. That is pretty good. I don't know against other factions because I haven't played all the factions. Maybe they are not as good as elite units in other factions, but for our faction is very good. So I want to do that. Okay, now there's also another one. Okay, that one is all done. I want to check. Wasn't it here? Recruitment. No, it was here. Yeah, a spy. We want a spy right away. We're gonna send it towards this this area, and another spy. I think we can recruit here. Yes, we're gonna get it right off the bat. We're gonna spend the money on that. He's gonna come this way, so we have eyes on our price. Now there's another special unit in Seregost that we can recruit, and these are the Orc Warg Riders. As of now, we cannot recruit any cavalry. This would be the cavalry that is available. The Orc Wargs. This is the only region that that has this building. Is this one, the Warg Lair, and in this particular region we have a special unit that is called the Orc Warg Riders of Lithland. So here they are. These are the standard, and this is the Riders of Lithland. So these Orc Warg Riders, you can recruit them on any other region that you build this building. If you build the Warg Lair, you would be able to recruit the Orc Warg Riders. However, in this particular region they have this special one. It's a little more expensive and it's a little more upkeep cost. However, if you look at the stats, these units, I think they thrive when they charge. In constant melee, the melee defense, you can say, is very low. This one has 10, this one has 6. Attack is good, but the defense is not as good. And the armor 9, armor 8, they are not very well armored. You have to upgrade the building. And this building, when you upgrade it, it gives you, I think it gives you more, well, it gives you an extra chevron. I think you can also upgrade the armor in the end. But I'm gonna go to the special one, and I'm gonna recruit only one right now. It's gonna take 2 turns, and I want the roads as well, so we can send them out fast to the front lines. Right now, here we are gonna go mostly for archers, and if we get any infantry, I will get it from the capital. In the capital, I'm gonna recruit right away the fighters, no, the riders. These riders, I want a couple of them, and we're gonna send one to each front. This is what we are gonna use to attack the enemy settlements, and then they will go first, and then we will go with more expensive units. So we lower the damage of our more expensive units in battle. If we need to recruit again, we recruit the cheaper ones, you know. That would be like the shock enemies. Now, another thing that I want to do now, what do we have? This faction, you will see here. We have the ever frightening Nazgul. Now, we have 9 of them, the 9 Nazgul, and we have already a commissioner for warfare, a commissioner for supply, a commissioner for finance, a commissioner for development, and then the other are generals. Now, they are very, very, very powerful, and each of them have, let me show you one, a normal general. This one is the commissioner for development. I want a general, standard commissioner for finance. Give me one, a general. Okay, the standard one. They don't have here any special, but they come with Nazgul Black Riders, and they are very powerful. There's only 60 of them, but they are cavalry, and look at the charge, 80 bonus. They are very, very, very powerful, and they have a ton of abilities like you know, the generals. One thing in this mod that is different to Shogun 2 vanilla and other total conversion mods is that these special characters cannot die in battle. So if they fall, they will respawn. They will be wounded, and they will respawn at the capital in Barad-dûr. The same happens to the enemy, of course. But I guess that if you take the capital and there's no more region that they can spawn, then they will be gone. You will lose the campaign in that case. Anyway, so what I want to do, since we are not going to be attacked from the south, from the east, from the north, only from these 2 points, I'm going to move all the in this case we only have the Nazgul. I'm going to send the Nazgul gonna be, I think this way is faster. I'm gonna send them to the east, and they are going to reinforce our base armies that we start with. Now we don't have many units, 2, 4, 6, 7, and they are not very good in this position actually. But with the help of the riders, you know, you can always dismount and charge into the castle as well. But on the open field, they are deadly. But you can also use them on sieges. Send this one. They speak Japanese in Mordor, but that will change soon enough. Don't worry about that. So I'm sending everything forward. Now here, I'm gonna send one of these allied units. I'm gonna send them here to join this army, and this is our faction leader. Anatar is gonna go with the other one. He's gonna come towards this front line. And actually, what I'm gonna do here, because we are sending another even better archer, I'm gonna send this archer of Morannon. I'm gonna send one towards here as well. Okay. And I'm already recruiting, right? Yes. We have more generals, but we're gonna be moving towards the front line. Okay. So I'm leaving all this behind unprotected. The only thing that we have to be very careful is with the public order, because as we build and we expand our mines, etc., the public order is gonna go down. Look at that. We have already -4 from one mine, and you upgrade again, or you upgrade this one, it's gonna be another -4. So we have to be careful. So in this particular case, I want to build fighting pits, because it was +3 to public order, and the other one that we are gonna focus on, we already have like a furnace, slave markets, all this is for money. We have a blacksmith, which increases the cost, but increases the armor for the units that you recruit in this province. And since we are gonna go with infantry in here, this is pretty good. We are gonna get more expensive, but they're gonna be much better. And this is something that I really like in this mod, because you get more powerful units, but also they are more expensive to recruit, because the equipment that they have is better quality, right? It costs more to get it. Now everything here that we want to upgrade is gonna cost food, so we will want to upgrade this eventually, not now. And we will want, I'm gonna want the fighting pits, and I think I'm gonna go for a grog hall as well, which will allow us to recruit more spies, and at the same time you get a little wealth and public order. Consumes food, but it gives you public order that developing all the economy is gonna hurt us in that regard. So instead of having units like, for example, you have the executioners. I don't know if you can recruit them here. Orc warband, spearmen, stormband, executioners, yeah. These executioners have a garrison policing bonus, but they have an upkeep of 200. So to have one unit here to appease the public order, it takes a lot of the wealth that you are actually building, expanding your building. So it's a little, you know. I didn't see any other actually that gives you garrison. I think it's the only one. Yeah, I think it's the only one, at least that you can recruit in this place. So for these two empty slots, I want this. I want the fighting pits. You can say it takes 2 turns only, and I want this. That is 2 turns. However, because the mines are gonna take forever, I might even develop this as well. It takes very long to develop. I'm not gonna build them right now because they are cheap enough that I will probably have enough money to do it later. And it makes no sense now because I'm not in trouble, so I prefer to use the money in somewhere else right at this moment. Now there's also, I want to check some of the provinces that we are not developing right now. Let's see, like this is gonna be a recruiting center. You go here. Now, this is not gonna be a recruitment area, so we have to see if we can destroy, or we can change any of the buildings so they don't consume food, and that would be I think it's the archers. Now this is one in the front line, so I don't want to change anything in there. 1, 2, 3. This one. Now this one, now here, we are not gonna build an army in this region. So what do we have here for armies? We have archery, consumes food and enables recruitment of archers. We don't need this, so I'm gonna tear it down and see what else we can build in there. And for next turn, we're already going up. Without that, you will see is 9. From 11 we will be going down to 9. I'm gonna destroy this and we're gonna have 10, so one more. Now what else? Here we don't need an army either. We have archery as well, so down, and we'll be back to 11, back to where we were. Now here, what do you have? Fighting pits, archery as well. Well, break it down, we don't want it. And here, what do you have? Fighting pits, infantry barracks, consumes food 3. For now I might leave it, but we could even take this out. It gives you, I don't know if I should even break it down right now, because I'm not gonna recruit more. From Barad-dûr, we can recruit 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 6 in one turn, which is a lot. So I'm gonna break it here. Actually, it's level 2, but I don't care. I'm gonna take it out. More food. Slave markets. And I want to see if we're gonna do another one of these, or maybe we go with the mines. Now, in Segerost, we need to develop this, so I might do it right away, so we can get them with better units, the wargs. So we're gonna do that. Consumes food is already going from 1 to 3, but we are balancing with what we are taking out in other places. And we still have 1700. Nargoth, we're already breaking down. Here we're breaking down. Here I might take out the infantry barracks as well. And maybe we can develop something else. Yeah, break it down. I'm gonna leave this one though. I'm gonna leave this one in here, just in case I need some extra units. We can do it from there. And now with 1700 in Barad-dûr, we cannot no, we cannot develop this. So I think I'm gonna go for the silver. In where was that? I think it was Nangroth. Nangroth, yes. Let's develop the silver mine. Okay. And we are out of money already. So now is when I'm gonna try to do some diplomacy. Let's see now with the... We have no money. Let's see if anybody wants to actually trade with us, because we are Mordor. We worship Sauron, so only the orcs actually are happy with us. You can see here, all these are... I think they are, most of them, they are orcs. This is the ally that we have, they are orcs as well. These are not orcs actually. And how convenient that all these hate us. So we're gonna ease them from their pain and wipe them out as soon as possible. Okay, so we have here very friendly. Let's see if these guys want to trade. And it's unacceptable. Yeah, this is the last time that I started. Later on, most probably when we start attacking the... because the enemies are gonna be the same as ours, they're gonna be more happy to trade with us. Unacceptable. So they don't... they're not gonna trade with us. These guys are friendly. Would you want to trade? Unacceptable. Oh, military alliance, we can come to an agreement. And what would that be? They don't want to trade. So they don't care. They want a military alliance, but they don't want to trade their goods with us. So, go to hell. Hostile. We cannot trade because the men of Arnen are in the middle. And these guys are up north from us. They are indifferent. And they don't want to trade. So... And the enemies are our allies. So, yeah. No trade for this turn. So I'm ready. And this would be turn 1. And... Let's see what happens. Last Alliance Total War. This is a message from the developers, from Sarah Temer. Ohio! Thank you for playing Last Alliance Total War. Mod is still in development, so many things are unfinished and not all factions are added, but campaign is playable and I hope that we have fun playing in this build of mod. So as I mentioned, there's the ModDB page, the Discord I left, and her Patreon. I left all the links in the description. You can check them. And let's see what we have here. We recruited our Maggot riders, and we're gonna send these two guys over there, and this rider is gonna come towards here. You go there, and you go there. Okay, we already have a sizable army here with 3 generals. We need to move our spies to give us the hey, why are you going that way? Why did you go? Well, that's a waste of turn. He would be further on, but anyway, doesn't matter. Where's the other one? Here he is. Comereo. Okay, you're gonna go over there. Now we have our faction leader that and this guy, they can move already. Okay. Now one thing with the Shogun and all the mods, when you attack an army, or you attack an enemy faction, you have a battle. The highest rank general is the one that takes all the experience points. So what you should do is to split. So maybe like take this guy out, for example, out of the army, but close so he can support. So when you start a battle, he will join the battle, coming as a reinforcement, right? In that case, he will gain a little experience, not much, as the main general. The main general will get the most, but this one will at least get something. If you leave it in the army in there, he will get nothing. So that's something to take into consideration. Okay, we probably will talk about that later on. What else we don't have anything else. Because those the orc warriors needed 2 turns, so yeah, need one more. Now we have 1500 coin and only 955 coming in. Now is it? Oh, I forgot the mastery of the arts. Pardon me. The first turn, actually, this is the one that I wanted to develop, and it was selected by default. Thank goodness, because otherwise I would have wasted a turn. This, the military technology, the first one give us the fire arrows, and that's gonna come in handy pretty soon. So this is the first one that I would develop if I were you, with Mordor. I don't know about other factions, I haven't tried. Now the civil technologies, yes, give us more tax, etc. That probably I'm gonna come back to at least do this to get more tax from our top regions, right? And probably then come back here. But now we want the fire arrows, because most probably the enemy won't have it if we attack quickly. By turn 3, I think we're gonna be here, and we're gonna be attacking without these warriors though. Okay, keep moving forward. We don't have anybody there. We have this guy here. Move. And this guy, most probably I'm gonna leave it in here in case we need to reinforce that way, or if we need to use some general for the to take care of public order. So I might leave a couple of them. Now you have to think also, we have a ton of Nazgul, but we have the Commissioner for Warfare, for example. This has -2% to special ability cooldown time for all units under this man's command. Now you want this guy to command this army in this case, so you have to pay attention and take the other guys out before the battle, so they come as reinforcements, but this guy is in command, so we can take advantage of that -2% to the special ability. We have units, for example, these guys have special abilities. They have Warcry, I think is that, and Second Wind could be, or something like that. And in this case it would be faster cooldown, so you want that. In other cases, well, we're gonna go with the faction leader. Plus 11 morale for all units under this man's command, which is pretty useful as well. Now, we will have to spread out once we can build more armies to take advantage of what they give. Like this one, for example, has plus 3% to campaign movement, which is pretty handy as well. Anyway, you are coming here. You are going there. Okay, we'll remove that. Now, let's see what else we want to... We're rebuilding that. The bow maker is gonna be next turn. Will be finished. We don't have much money, so I would like to move on with this one as right now, developing the mines in our top, because this is our top one. If you remember, you go here and you check. Barad-dûr is the richest, is the one that gives you the most income, is the one that you want to spend the money first. Now, we already have some buildings in here that we opened the tree because we took out the archery, for example, that is not needed in this region, and we can do something else. So we can see if we go for, I don't know, what will we go for? Slave markets. This gives you trade income, 200 wealth, plus 10 per turn to town growth from commerce, less construction time, etc. Also, the furnace gives you more money. So these are the ones that we want to, but it consumes food. So these are the ones that we want to check. But right now we don't have enough money, and better start with the ones that gives you the most return. Now we are at plus 18 food supplies, and it's gonna go down though to 13. So we're still in good position. We don't need to develop the farms and all that. For now, we are okay. So let's see if we can trade now. These guys have turned unfriendly. These guys are still very friendly. They don't have enemies though, so I guess they won't go to. I still don't want to. Yeah, you will come into our senses. What about you? You still have no enemies, so probably it doesn't want to trade either. Unacceptable. Still don't have enemies right now. How about I give you military access? No, they don't want to trade. Go to hell. I want to trade. So I'm gonna skip another turn, and we don't need to recruit anything else because we already have very powerful armies, taking into account our generals. So let's pass. And we're not gonna see much right now until our spies get into enemy territory. Okay, the warriors recruited. They are here, and we're gonna move them to the front line as fast as possible. There you go. And for now, it's gonna be only this one. 130 riders, because they are expensive. Their upkeep cost is 200, and we only have an income of 815. So we have to be careful with that. Okay, so we already built in this region. We have the bow maker. You can see when you upgrade it, you go from 3 to plus 5 accuracy. Now that starts to make a real good difference, and it's also more expensive the infantry, but we're not going to recruit the infantry here if we can avoid it, and it gives you more wealth as well, so that's all right. And now we can recruit the axemen. However, the axemen, they are pretty good in melee, but the warriors are pretty decent. Just have a look in here. Melee attack is 22. Pardon me. Melee defense is 10. 22, 10. If you look at this, their melee attack 16, melee defense 18. It's not as high, but it's pretty decent. Armor 15. And these guys, armor 15, so that's the same. However, this is just melee. But with these guys, you can shoot at a very long range with very good accuracy. You can decimate a unit and then go in melee. Just because I think you know, in Shogun is very important the archers, and in this mod as well, very very important the archers. I think this is the one that we need. So I would like to upgrade this. However, it's gonna take everything that we have right now. It gives us more repression and more food though. So they is either upgrade this or upgrade the mine. The mine is gonna take 10 turns, right? The only thing is that with 800 per turn, it's gonna take us forever. So I'm gonna build this in here. Okay, we're gonna send our spy to show us Tirith Nindor, and you can see that they only have the garrison. They don't have anything else. It's not very rich, but we want to take them out. Now we're gonna check. Here is more. Is another thing. Here they have an army. So they have a faction leader and the heir. They are together, and they have this Druthina axemen. They are actually quite good. And the clan archers are pretty rubbish. The standard, like what you would have right in the garrison. So not very powerful. Get these guys here. Get these guys here. And now we have a pretty decent army here. We have 2 good archers and not as good. Doesn't matter if they get killed. They are pretty rubbish and pretty cheap. So no worry about that. Now we have encountered more clans. Men of Sirith Knight and Druatan Forest. We have to see if we are able to do anything with them right now. Now, the first thing we are gonna do, can we move this? We can move this army just a little bit, and we are gonna move right away. Because this most probably what it's gonna do is make this army move north to try to help, and then we're gonna counterattack with this army and try to take out the city. At least this is how it played out in my tryout when I was looking for trying out the mod, right? I only have 68 coin and we can't develop anything else. So let's see if we can trade now. But these guys are far, we cannot trade. Now these guys, now they have an enemy. The men of Arnen, they are the same enemy as we do. So maybe now they are gonna be happier to comply with us. Let's see. I don't think they're gonna accept it though. No, they only want the military alliance. I want to trade. How about I give you some money? Like 250. Oh, I don't have 250. I can't do that then. How about I give you 50 for 10 turns? No, they're not gonna want that. Oh, okay. Up to you. Fight them then. Fight them yourself. Okay. What do you want? Oh, but you don't give me any other option. Okay, how about I give you military access? Satisfactory. Bring it on. Okay, so this is our first trade agreement. And how much are you giving us? Hostile, we cannot trade. So we cannot trade with anybody else. We can trade with these guys. They are unfriendly though. And they are at war with our ally. Satisfactory. Okay, I don't think we can trade with anybody else right now. Okay, so at least look at that. Now we are double the income for next turn. And let's check the trade. We are exporting 100%, 17%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. So we still have iron to export that we are not covering our production. So we can probably trade with someone else and still have enough goods to do so. And then is when you everything is at 100% is when you need to start developing your trade resources. Otherwise you are losing income in there. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it here for this episode, because otherwise it's gonna get very long. And for the next one we're gonna start with well, we're gonna have a couple battles. We're gonna take probably Tirith Nindor and Emin Arnen, and we go from there. Right now we need more income for development, and as I mentioned, we will focus like this on our richest. It will be the first that we focus on in developing, and then the second richest, the third richest, etc. And for the armies, we're gonna make Moranon is gonna be our archer recruitment center, and our capital Barad-dûr is gonna be the infantry recruitment center for now. And then our food will be produced around here, etc. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. I'm sorry that I can't put in a battle because it's gonna be too long otherwise. Anyway, my first video on this mod was a cinematic battle of Tirith Nindor, and it was with this very similar composition of the army, etc. So if you want to check it, I will leave a link as well, and you can see what it is. Just a 10 minutes video, something like that. But anyway, thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't already, try out the mod. It's very easy to install. Shogun 2 has the mod manager that makes it very easy. I already have in the same in this same computer. I also have the Morning Sun mod, and I also have the FOTS, the total FOTS Carlist Civil War campaign, the alpha preview. That one is still not open to the public yet, but I was helping Easy to test the campaign. And you just select in the tick the boxes of the mod that you want, and you play one, and then you can switch to another one. Is so good. I'm so happy with that, because with Empire and Napoleon you can't do that. But anyway, enough talking. I took a lot of your time already. Thank you very much for your time. If you did enjoy it, please give me a like, give the video a like, so more people can watch it. The YouTube algorithm is how it goes. And if I earn your subscription, please do so. That is free. It helps a lot the channel to grow, and it would be very, very much appreciated. Anyway, thank you very much. Please take care, be safe, and I hope to see you soon with the next one. Bye bye for Mordor now. See you guys next time. Remember, the eye is watching you.